I'm Eric Greitens, Navy SEAL, and today we're going rhino hunting. The rhino feeds on corruption and is marked by the stripes of cowardice. Join the MAGA crew, get a rhino hunting permit. There's no bagging limit, no tagging limit, and it doesn't expire until we save our country.
Okay, so this guy's running for political office. He's running for the Senate, Republican. He wants you to kill rhinos. Republicans in name only. That's what that means. That's basically what he wants to convey here. There's more. That's not the only group that he likes to give thinly veiled threats against. Here it is.
Striking fear in the hearts of liberals everywhere, folks.
Liberals beware.
Okay, let me get this right, Mr. Eric Greitens. You want to kill Republicans, you want to kill liberals. You have campaign ads, and that was him, by the way, with Don Jr., all right? Let's put up his picture full mass. I got a lot of background on this cat. We're gonna expose him today. This is the former Missouri governor, Eric Greitens. If you haven't heard of him, there's a reason. He was only in office for a hot second. He had to leave because he was corrupt, all right? He's now attempting to resurrect his political comeback by launching a bid to replace retiring U.S. Senator Roy Blunt. As Vote Vets point out, this latest ad violates the DOD policy. Let's put it up. Interesting. They said Eric Greitens, a member of the Navy Reserves, has violated DOD policy by identifying himself as a SEAL and using military uniforms without a disclaimer. Contact the Naval Inspector General Hotline or 1-800-522-3451 and report this abuse. All right, he clearly is in violation here. Let me also highlight some other violations. Let's go to the sexual assault violations. Accusation centered on the 2015 affair in which the former governor allegedly led a woman down to his basement, taped her hands to pull-up rings, blindfolded her, spit water into her mouth, ripped open her shirt, pulled down her pants, and took a photo without her consent. The felony charge that stemmed from that allegation was eventually dropped by his buddy, the Jackson County prosecutor, Gene Peters Baker, who cited statutes of limitation that had or were about to pass and potentially missing evidence. Okay. Wow, that's a lot. So the prosecutor didn't say, oh, well, we've concluded he's innocent, or we've concluded there's actually not a case, or we've concluded the victim is lying. No. We've concluded it's just too late to do anything about it. All right, what am I gonna do here? Hands are tied. But how about the violence against children? The accusations are included in a sworn affidavit filed by former Missouri First Lady Sheena Greitens as part of an ongoing child custody dispute. Eric, unstable and coercive behavior included physical violence to their children. That's in the affidavit, that's a sworn document. You swear under penalty of perjury, you can go to jail if you're lying. Behavior included physical violence against their children, such as cuffing our then 3-year-old son across the face at the dinner table in front of me and yanking him around by his hair. That's in the affidavit. The reason why that's important is because if it's proven that she is lying, she can actually have a criminal penalty. In November of 2019, The affidavit states that one of their sons came home from a visit with their father with a swollen face, bleeding gums, loose teeth, and said his father had hit him. The affidavit states Grettens said it was an accident while roughhousing. The tooth later had to be surgically removed. All right. Okay, so he was a corrupt governor. He has accusations, credible accusations of violating a woman he took to his basement, and accusations that he beat his children. What else is there? Well, we found something else. Violence against his ex-wife. In addition to allegedly abusing his children, Sheena Grettens alleges Eric knocked her down and confiscated her cell phone, wallet, and keys during a 2018 argument, so she would be unable to call or help extricate myself and our children from our home. In the spring, early summer 2018, his wife also said her ex-husband repeatedly threatened to commit suicide unless she showed specific public political support for him. Classic manipulator. As a result, she and others were concerned. They limited his access to firearms on at least 3 occasions that year. I started sleeping in my children's rooms simply to try to keep them safe. That's all, once again, in the sworn affidavit. He's running for the US Senate, and he wants to kill rhinos and liberals, okay? Will Republican leadership say anything against this guy? No, because the Republican Party is ran now by guys like him. David, thoughts here?
Well, this commercial encourages people to break the law, to storm into people's homes, to engage in violence. That's the first thing. Secondly, his ex-wife has said that he continues to try to block the release of any records relating to their marriage. In other words, if he is truly innocent of these things that she's claiming, he would release the records. But no, he won't do that because he's probably guilty, and because he doesn't want anybody to somehow have any blemishes on his effort to run for US Senate. It's so amazing, Dr. Hawley, that we already have a senator from Missouri, Dr. Richey. I mean, we already have a senator from Missouri, Josh Hawley, that bird-like guy who sort of gave the thumbs up to people who are trying to physically storm the Capitol. Now we may have a senator from Missouri who actually likes to engage in physical violence. That's how pathetic the Republican Party has become.